Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the splendiferous shit cake that is Wrestle Plug State of Wrestling Address. I am the king of shithousery, the Egyptian death machine, the best videographer, the best commentator, and the somewhat questionable individual that will be hosting said podcast discussing all of the week's wrestling news. I am Aaron the Prick Nix. Joining me, of course, is the man who puts wood in Bollywood, the man on the top 10 FBI most wanted list, and the man who would certainly throw his hard drive in the river if the police came knocking. It's Tan Beards.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Huh?
Yeah, that noise says it all. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us from none of your damn business, weighing 205 pounds, he is the delectable host and owner, the man who runs the show at BCD. He is, of course, the history maker, the main event, Ichiban El Campeono BCD champion number one, Rocha Sears.
How do I follow that intro? Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure to be here.
I fucking like that shit, pal. By the way, all your MCs can suck my dick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to discuss the PWI 500, or at least top 10, because we can't find any other numbers, so I assume they're going to release more of them. We might do a separate podcast discussing the list and having a look and see if any of our friends are on it. However, the PWI 500's top 10 have dropped. Highly questionable list, to say the very least. So, gentlemen, I shall name you the top 10 on the list. Now, bear in mind, the PWI 500 is a semi-kayfabe list, which is why we're not going to take it as seriously as we would a straight shooters list. But the whole point is it is based on amount of matches, titles held, quality of matches, work rate, and also basically the amount of wins. So if you have, say, like 50 wins on TV, you're more likely to be in the top 10. Also, my apologies if I'm a little bit scatty. My internet signal is shit and Zoom sucks dick. Number one is Seth Rollins. Apparently, according to the PWI 500, the best wrestler of the past year. Roman Reigns is number two. John Moxley. Does anyone think that that guy in AEW, what's his name? The Dappy Yapper. The announcer.
Justin Roberts?
Yes, Justin Roberts. Yeah, I swear the only reason he does that is because he chronically has a shit every time John Moxley comes out. So yeah, John Moxley's number three. Gunther is number four. Come on. Ohijo del Vikingo of Triple R is number five. Number six is MJF. Number seven is Kazuchika Okada, because he is mandatory every year that he's in the top 10. Number eight is Orange Cassidy. Number nine, Josh Alexander, who, by the way, spent the most of the year out with injury. So, which, by the way, I'm his biggest fan. So, yeah. And then number 10 is Cody Rhodes. Right, boys, time to dissect the top 10. Roger Sears, correct or incorrect?
Well, I'm not quite sure what Orange Cassidy's doing in there, if I'm honest.
Because Tony Khan paid money to have him in there.
Well, yeah, that probably sounds about right.
Tony, but he's biologically a man, so you can't have a child with him, no matter how small your penis appears to be.
I think even on the semi-kayfabe side of it, I'm still sat here going, well, how come Adam Cole's not made it into the top 10? If you know the criteria you said earlier, it's like I thought that would have put Adam Cole in there. Not saying he should be. I'm just saying, given the criteria.
Yeah, given the criteria.
How the fuck is Moxley ahead of MJF?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
MJF should be, in my opinion. Or it's between him and Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Gunther being in it is a good addition. You know, they got that right.
El Hijo del Vikingo is just so Dave Meltzer can have a crafty wank in his basement.
One in the top 10 I'm surprised isn't there, as much as he isn't my cup of tea, Will Ospreay.
Yeah, a lot of people, mostly are, especially British outlets, are kicking off about Will Ospreay not being top 10. I believe Will Ospreay deserves a top 10 place.
He's not my cup of tea, but you can't deny that he's
not your cup of tea, bitch. You have spent the last 3 years on the internet going, oh, I Will Ospreay, it's so overrated. Oh, he's such a piece of shit. Just tag him, you fucking puff. Tag him.
I have before.
Put pussy hole.
I have the voice.
You ain't tagging in for shit, mate. I've been looking at your social media. Spend less time thirsting over hentai and more time tagging the people you don't like, you pussy.
It's called art.
It's called art. By the way,
and it's art.
our watch along of the hentai wrestling, I cannot find the episode, so we can't actually release it. It's been taken down.
No!
Oh, we can't release the watch along of us watching hentai pro wrestling, which is probably a good thing. Because, by the way, we just got a copyright strike from the channel that provided that horrible girls wrestling thing where they were wrestling blokes in a backyard thing. Apparently, they complained that we had copied it and used it. So to those people who, I can't remember what your channel's name, but basically suck my massive Egyptian dick. Anyway, I really don't give a fuck if you give us copyright strikes at this point. It's just the channel, mate. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to amuse you fuckers. Yeah, top 10. Josh Alexander, I love the fact he's in the top 10, but it's that thing of like, hasn't he literally spent the majority of the year injured?
I'd say instead of Alexander, I would have put Shelley in. Alex Shelley.
Shelley!
Alex Shelley.
Shelley! I am Shelley.
Dan.
Shelley. Yeah, no, I just don't give a shit about your crappy list. It's rubbish, is what it is. It's bollocks. It is every year. I'm bored of fucking talking about it. Let's move on to something far more amusing. AEW's all-in turnstile count provided by local government complicates world record claim. Oh, I'm going to have a good time with this. The UK government has thrown a wrench in AEW's celebration of the all-in pay-per-view at London's Wembley Stadium, as it appears that the number of people in the stadium was well under the announced paid attendance of 81,035. According to a Freedom of Information request published on the website What Do They Know, the turnstile count for All In was 72,265, meaning the number of fans that passed through turnstiles in Wembley Stadium, putting it not only well under the announced paid attendance number. It is also well below the turnstile count for WrestleMania 32 in Arlington, Texas, which had 80,000 or 79,800 in attendance, depending on who you ask. According to What Do They Know, it is still possible that 81,035 tickets were sold for All In, but the statistics provided by the local government state that the number of fans that actually attended the event was much lower. Tony Khan, you lying little twat. WrestleNomics reported that a source in AEW says that the company has a drop count, which is about 80 to 90% of the paid attendance or tickets distributed. That would roughly check out as the 72,265 turnstile count, which is roughly 89% of 81,035. Basically, whether you want to fucking cut it or not, Dave Meltzer and Tony Khan are a pair of lying little pricks. That's what they are, and they should be fucking called out for it, because if WWE do this all the time, which by the way they do, and we're supposed to call them out on it, then we hold you to the same accountability. So I have to say this, no stadium record for you. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently AEW is full of shit. Who would have thought it? Roger Steers, you were there. You were at Wembley Stadium. I mean, obviously, you know, we're not disputing the fact it was an amazing event, amazing atmosphere, etc., etc. But the bottom line is Tony Khan's still a lying little prick. Your thoughts on the fact that they don't actually hold the all-time stadium record outside of North Korea, who probably have 400,000 slaves in there?
In all honesty, all this attendance record crap, I just don't give a shit. I honestly don't care how many people are there at any show, whether it's All In, WrestleMania. I don't care.
That's why you're wrestling IWE.
There you go. I don't care for the simple fact of I just want to watch the show, and if the show's any good, I'm not interested in and why do they always have to overinflate the amount they've got? Why do they have to go? We've got X amount. Who gives a shit? Just tell us the actual number. It's impressive enough that you got 72,000 people in at Wembley Stadium at your first fucking show. But I mean, you know, I don't care about these attendance records. None of it means shit to me. I'm interested in what goes on in the ring, really.
How do you overinflate by almost 10,000 though? Jesus Christ.
No,
Scott Steiner's biceps. Scott Steiner. He's back.
I love Scott Steiner too much.
But the thing is, right? I don't give a shit. What pisses me off is the amount of fucking steam that they created on the internet about this. They made such a big fuss. Oh, we don't fucking lie about our ticket sales. Dave Meltzer's like, yeah, well, WWE lie and AEW doesn't. Well, apparently you do exactly the same. So fucking suck it up, champs. You know?
Everybody in AEW lies because none of them can say a bad fucking thing about it when there's so much bad shit about it.
They're lying to themselves when they say they're good workers, and all the majority of them, if I'm being honest, but that's neither here nor there. It's do you know what? Like, I don't like AEW. I don't like the product. Do I care if other people watch it? No. Roger Sears went to see it, had a great time with his son. That's cool to me. Awesome. Tanvir, I believe, was there. Happy days. Great. But when these fucking retards go online and say, oh, and make this big fucking fuss about it, have some fucking double standards. You don't like my opinions? Cool. Nobody asked you to watch. Nobody asked you to listen. But at least I'm genuinely just sitting there on the straight and narrow and saying, well, hang about. WWE get taken to task for this all the time. You're calling them liars. You've now done the same because these statistics have been proven by the UK government. So either the UK government are lying for the sake of winding up AEW. Don't think so. Don't think they can. Or you're full of fucking shit and you lied. So come out and just fucking admit it and get it over and done with. If Tony Khan came out on Dynamite or whatever, insert terrible show they've got, I don't know, Rampage, I think is next. If he comes out on Rampage and says, do you know what? Yeah, we announced the number of tickets that were actually sold, but the actual number of people in there is well below the record. We apologise if there was confusion. I would have been like, you know what? Fair play, mate, for swallowing your pride and just owning up to it. But he won't do that, will he? No, he'll come out and do a press conference about, I feared for my life when Phil Brooks threw a chair at me. Pussy. You fucking melt. Honestly, like, it's bad enough that you welch off of your daddy's success. It's pretty fucking... By the way, the amount of AEW fans are like, oh, Tony Khan's a self-made billionaire. Is he? Is he really?
No, he's not. He came out the sack with
Dad looks like the villain from Thunderbirds. Be quiet, please. You're giving me an headache. Absolutely ridiculous. And trust me, that's coming from somebody who has a naturally villainous face. I just think this is fucking bollocks. It
but
pisses
so you're
me.
cute.
Hey?
You're cute, sir. You're not villainous.
Look, it's bad enough I get your missus ringing me up saying that you're apparently bi for me. Like, you don't have to out me on the podcast. Honestly. Also, you want to tell that thirsty biatch to calm down. Anyway, that's
a face I could happily fuck. Wait,
yeah,
what?
Right. So yeah, you're basically a lot. Roger, well, you're right, Roger. Is everything okay?
Yeah. The head shake of like,
Roger's got enough suspect relationships around him to deal with as it is. Bless his heart. So yeah, moving on swiftly. Will Ospreay also happened to post and delete a video referencing the disputed number. Did you see that?
He has a tattoo on his arm of the number.
He's NJPW star Will Ospreay is bemused that the turnstile count for AEW's All-In show was less than confirmed attendance. The English star referenced the attendance figure in a video on social media, which he later removed. In the video, Ospreay revealed that he got a tattoo on his arm, which specifically mentions the attendance figure of 81,030. Roger says, boing. The tattoo may no longer hold any significance, considering the new report that says 72,265 people passed through the turnstiles at Wembley Stadium, not the advertised 81,035. Bruv, you cannot make this fucking shit up. I'm currently in Japan. I've had no fucking sleep. I'm tired. And laughs, this is the worst fucking day of my life, said Ospreay. How hard it was for me to get a tattoo. My mum fucking hates them, bruv. They announced it to everyone. They announced it as 81,000 people. I've got this fucking thing on my arm now. You fucking idiot, Will. You fucking
moron.
Boy. You stupid boy.
That's it big.
You dirty. What are you doing, bruv? Why do you need it on your arm anyway? It's not. Do you know what? Now, all of us, I mean, it's fucking hindsight. Wait. Just fucking wait a bit. Nah. I had to get it done. Also, you know, my mum hates tattoos. How old are you? Come on, bruv. My mum hates tattoos. I'm covered in them. You know why? Because I am body autonomous and I have grown up a little bit. You know, good for you that you still care that your mum is worried that you got a tattoo, bruv. But come on, like, Oh, mate, like I love Will as well. I've got so much time for Will. I'm a big fan of his, but Jesus, what a mistake of the maker, eh? So, Rob Sears, what would you get a tattoo of and then regret instantaneously afterwards? In fact, have you got any tattoos?
I have not. No.
Clean CM Punk of BCD.
Yeah.
Oh, glass, cry me a river. Fucking hell.
Cameron Anderson needs to say that next time.
Yo, I will fucking pay somebody who does that to my camera in the next BCD show.
Real glass, cry me a river.
I'm not going to say how much, but funny as fuck. If you cut, it's so good. Honestly, you got to do that in Street Fight. It's so good. Honestly. Yeah, any thoughts on Will Ospreay getting a tattoo, which is now void?
Fucking hilarious.
It is funny as fuck. You got to laugh at it. Do you know what? I will give him credit for sucking it up. Like, don't delete the video, mate. Own it. You know, I love you more for that, mate. Just own it. It is what it is. Do you know what? When it's healed up, just get it covered over. It's fine. You know, luckily, I'm assuming it's quite small and irrelevant. So yeah, just get it covered up, mate. It'll be fine. For fuck's sake, you know, put something on there that you've done that can never be taken away. I don't know. Just put the the IWGP fucking championship or whatever you won. Stick that there.
Bea Priestley.
No, when I said things he's done, that was not what I meant. Also, don't be calling out Bea Priestley on this podcast. She is fucking beautiful, that girl.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's fucking incredible. Oh my lord, Bea Priestley. Anyway, moving forward, there's not really a great deal else to talk about. Becky Lynch won the NXT Women's Championship from Tiffany Stratton on NXT this week. Do we think this is a good move or a bad move?
No, it's not good.
Boost for the ratings. But I suppose we have to wait and see. If an extra 500,000 people are tuning into NXT every week, then all of a sudden it's good business, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got two belts, or two of the NXT belts, and now two of the main roster guys. Dominic Mysterio with the North American, and now Becky with the NXT. So it's
they reckon that the Dominic thing is so they can merge it with the United States Championship, don't they?
Well, he's facing. He's facing Carmelo Hayes next week.
I do believe that was Roger Sears' idea, actually, from last week.
Yeah, that's what I think's happening.
When do you think they'll do it, though, Roger?
Well, I'd imagine they'll be building to a pay.
But what pay-per-view?
Building to a pay-per-view, but I mean, I can't
Fastlane.
see. I can't see you dragging that out until Mania. That's
what you've done there. Drag race, huh? Fastlane, American.
There you go.
Dragging these nuts.
I don't know. Maybe Survivor Series they built that for, but
what's the
that's just what I think.
WWE Fastlane, by the way, is it like service station? Like WWE presents Road Chef. Moto. Welcome break. Oh God! I'm going to start.
Presents service station.
We need to start running a bullshit wrestling company. It just takes the piss out of their names. Brilliant. And a Great Balls of Fire just as chlamydia.
Yeah.
Present the gonorrhea fuckfest.
That's just this is why Tanvir does not have any control over creative, because that is a terrible we're being somewhat subtle and satirical. He's like, let me just kick the fucking door open with my ideas.
Thank you for opening the door for me.
And this is why your missus thinks you're running off with a large Egyptian man and leaving her at the altar. Unbelievable.
I mean, she looks like an altar boy.
I'll
say it.
Oh, wow. In that, fam. I am not touching that. Moving on swiftly.
Oh, I'm in the doghouse. How's
your wife, bro?
Segue.
Single has its benefits. Being single has a lot of benefits right now. Thank you very much. So anyway, moving on. Tiffany Stratton, by the way. Oh my God. She's so fucking beautiful, that girl.
Tiffany Stratton these nuts.
Joe, no, behave. But, no. But anyway, you got enough problems at the moment, mate, after what you just said. Fuck it up.
Yeah, I know.
Guess what? I'm gonna fucking cut and send immediately to your message.
Oh.
You are buried, fam. Buried.
I'm
Yeah, no, probably won't actually. Can't be asked.
Too much effort.
Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, she does my name. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton is amazing. Genuinely, not just a beautiful woman, obviously super talented, incredibly athletic, everything that you would want a megastar to look like. So yeah, fingers crossed. She'll be on the main roster soon, so it won't matter as much. It'd be very cool if she took the belt back off Becky Lynch on the next pay-per-view. Why not? Why not? Give her a. She's clearly proven that she can hang with her. Get her on pay-per-view. She belongs on mainstream TV anyway. She's fucking stunning in every sense. Wrestling looks the lot. She's got all of it going on. Yeah, I'd rocket her to the moon while you have the opportunity. Also, a proper thoroughbred women's heel, and there aren't too many of those running around either.
Which brand would you put her on, though? Raw or SmackDown?
I think Raw needs somebody like that more.
Okay.
Automatically, I send everyone to Raw because Raw needs it badly. But she'll obviously probably make a lot more money and be seen by a lot more people if she's on SmackDown. So,
speaking of women's wrestling, there was a return on Raw this week.
Was there?
Yeah.
Who was it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Well, she's not like most girls.
Oh, Nia Jax is back again, is she?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Who did she
took out Rhea Ripley.
Oh, I'll tell you what, good choice. Good choice. Like, that's the one. But yeah, do you know what? Could end up being quite decent. Should be quite interesting. By the way, can we all just acknowledge Roger Sears' fantastic sippy cup he's got going on?
Oh my god.
That's cool, isn't it?
It's Mikey.
I know for a fact that he's Mrs. Mason. So if anyone wants one of them, get in our DMs and we'll forward you to the wonderful JoJo who will hook you up with any kind of themed cups. She makes all kinds of crazy cool cups.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very cool. So definitely check that out. Particularly with Christmas coming around, which I cannot fucking wait for. Oh, great. I love Christmas this year.
The most wonderful time of year.
Yeah, when I fucking hang myself with cable wire. Anyway.
I thought you were going to say fairy lights.
Which incidentally is how my brain rolls through when I'm watching Rampage, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, moving on. Tiffany Stratton, good stuff. So not really much else to discuss. Tanvir, anything you want to talk about? You like interrupting quite a lot, so is there anything you'd like to speak about?
No.
How about the fact Jade Cargill was apparently on her way to WWE?
That's cool.
Fucking yes, mate.
Impact being the quickest motherfuckers because MJF did the Steiner Maths promo and within like 30 seconds to a minute, Impact were already on it and here's the Steiner Maths promo again.
Their fucking social media is the best of any wrestling company.
They're so fast.
They're rapid. As soon as any one of their old talents debuts on WWE, within 20 seconds. See, like when Samoa Joe was on Raw that time, literally within like 20 minutes, they had a YouTube link up. Samoa Joe's top 10 matches in Impact. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, God, they must make more money from YouTube than do anything else. Brilliant. Jade Cargill may have returned to AEW on Saturday's episode of Collision, but it's a return that appears to be shockingly short-lived. Fightful Select is reporting that Cargill is now leaving AEW and is expected to sign with WWE. Hooray! She can actually go and become a proper star for a proper company. Oh, sorry. That's probably not what anyone wanted to hear. What do we think? Jade Cargill, good fit for WWE. Should she go straight in at the main roster or should she start in NXT?
I think she needs to start in NXT. Because you're
racist, that's why.
No, I think she'd gain a lot from NXT. I think she'd gain a lot more, and with Shawn Michaels there and others.
I want Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax immediately, please. Think of the meaty horse battles with those. God, ladies fucking kill each other. That'll be good shit. Plus Jade Cargill. Oh. God, I'm so attracted to powerful women. Not women who spend their entire time sharing their bed with a dog. Grow the fuck up. Anyway, any other thoughts on Jade Cargill? Any other thoughts on Jade Cargill joining WWE? Roger Sears, you excited about that?
I think so. Like you said about she should probably go straight to the main roster, but I imagine they'll likely stick her on NXT for a while and perhaps spend some time building her up as the dominant force in the women's division there before bring her up.
I think she'll have like a Drew McIntyre type run in the NXT of like quick short run, win the belt, maybe drop it, then go straight to the main roster.
And then she'll debut on Raw with a giant sword.
Comes
Can you imagine it? I mean, she can chop my head off. Sorry. Anyway, moving
out
on.
in a kilt as well.
Yeah, fucking please don't tease me with a good time, honey. All right, BBC Sport website. Very, very rare. I get to source them on this whatever you call this fucking thing. It's a podcast, barely. WWE and UFC merger. Wrestling promoters and mixed martial arts franchise agree 17.3 billion TKO brand deal. They have completed a 17.3 billion pound merger and launched under a new name, TKO. UFC owners Endeavor Group Holdings control 51%, while WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, shareholders have 49%. The business is led by Endeavor Chief Executive Ari Emanuel. Congratulations, sir. You are now astonishingly rich. The creation of TKO marks an exciting new chapter for UFC and WWE as leaders in global sports and entertainment, said Emanuel. With UFC and WWE under one roof, we will provide unrivaled experiences for more than 1 billion passionate fans worldwide. Well, obviously, you haven't been watching Raw for very long. Dana White has become the UFC's new CEO, and Vince McMahon has been appointed as TKO's executive chairman. In a statement to announce the completion of the merger, TKO said TKO brings together UFC, the world's premier mixed martial arts organization, and WWE, an integrated media organization and a recognized global leader in sports entertainment, to create a new premium sports and entertainment company serving more than 1 billion young and diverse fans, reaching viewers in 180 countries and producing more than 350 annual live events. That is a fucking lot. What are UFC up to? McMahon, whose January return to the WWE board following his 2022 retirement amid misconduct claims, added, "This is a culmination of a decades-long partnership, pal, between Endeavor and WWE across strategic initiatives, including talent representation and media rights. Now come and look at my rapey tash, pal." Interesting stuff. Are we very, 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 very excited for the merger? Do we give a shit? Are we looking forward to the ludicrous idea of a UFC WWE crossover at some point?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be weird. I'll like it. I'll probably love it somewhat.
Conor from the Ascension versus Conor McGregor.
John Jones v Bobby Lashley.
Why? Because they're both black. You racist. That's basically what that is. You found two giant black guys and lobbed them in, haven't you? You are is what you are.
Fine, give me Daniel Cormier v fucking Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Why? Why would you pick those two of all things? Also, isn't Cormier retired from fighting now?
Can I have Joe Rogan v Michael Cole?
Yeah.
I want do you know what I want? Joe Rogan to do his crazy podcast, but with the WWE guys, completely uncensored.
Rogan, the Joe
I want
Rogan
Vince McMahon explaining why he's not a lizard man to Joe Rogan for 2 hours. That's what I'm desperate for, man.
I'm trying to think on
who thinks
Joe
Rogan? Apparently, AJ Styles.
Okay. Well, give me the Joe Rogan experience with Otis.
That would actually be kind of amusing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like who would be like the most outlandish people to have on the Joe Rogan experience.
Not Seth Rollins, because he takes himself way too seriously. Like he just Joe Rogan.
Wait, one to get you, and I think it would generally be a good podcast. The Joe Rogan experience with Liv Morgan.
Oh my god, anything. I just want the Liv Morgan.
Like she's into crystals and shit too, and I think like it would make a really good podcast.
There are things she can do with those crystals that only I need to know about. As for anyone who doesn't know, Liv Morgan is literally like my dream woman. So I'm just like, oh man, just disgraceful. Right, there is just one more bit of business to attend to, and it is of course a preview, because on September 23rd, Behind Closed Doors will debut at the Highcliffe Sports and Social Club, 7 o'clock for doors, 7:30 p.m. start. Tickets are available right now online for just £6, and you can get them in the description below. So, Roger Sears, you will be defending your belt against Ben Vicious. I'm spoiling it right here because it ain't like any BCD fans are going to watch this anyway. Roger Sears will be defending the BCD Championship in your main event, or soon your main event, because he's the only one who should be in the main event, because the rest of you are all scrubs. Apart from the System, love those guys. However, love the System, pal. Do you know what? All the heels, all you faces can suck my donkey balls is what you can do. Roger Sears is just so good. Tammy, you're a babyface. Shut your whore mouth. Now then, Roger Sears, you'll be defending your belt against what seems to be a large man made of gelatin. Can you explain to me how this one's going to
go? History maker 1, 2, 3. Do you need anything more?
Over, under, this lasts more than 2 minutes.
No, well, you know. I can drag it out if you want, or just get in, get
There's
done.
A worker if I ever heard one, isn't it? Stick him in a ring with someone shite, and he's like, "Oh, I can drag it out if you want, pal." By the way, I'm not saying she's shite. Don't get your fucking knickers in a twist, your tarts. Honestly, very capable wrestler in his own right, but ultimately, you're wrestling Roger Sears, so prepared to lose. It's as simple as that. Tainted Mr. Twist will be facing Frankie T in the world's most charismatic versus the world's biggest doormat. Any interest in that? Tanvir, who do you fancy? Tainted Mr. Twist, crazy Japanese hentai luchador, which is quite literally a gimmick made for you, or a guy who wears some face paint and cuts a promo once in a blue moon complaining that he hates the summer while he sat outside in the sun with sunglasses on.
Immediately, Mr. Hentai.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Also, fuck Tainted Mr. Twist. He's a little gobshite. How do you root for anyone in this match? Probably the two most unlikable people in the history of wrestling.
Yeah. And Frankie too.
yeah, right. He's so boring. He's not even unlikable. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. It is what it is. That's definitely probably worth at least 50p in your entrance fee. And then of course we have what else do we have? Sean Riley versus Benjamin Stone. Legitimately an excellent matchup. Roger Sears, what do you think after watching both of these men grow as professional wrestlers? Me personally, I think Benjamin Stone is going to rip Sean Riley's head off.
That's pretty much my thoughts, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd go with Benjamin Stone for that.
One is a certifiable killer, and the other is currently being cuckolded by his training dad. So, take it as you will. But yeah, sorry, Sean Riley. Got a lot of potential, a lot of upside, but you're going to get battered by Benjamin Stone. It's just the way it is, mate. Oh, by the way, I'm the MC, so I'm totally going to be impartial for this entire fucking, you know what? Oh, I give a shit, because I'll probably be half cut from watching Lincoln wank all over Portsmouth at Fratton Park.
Hey.
Fucking Gil, see how unbeatable you pricks are when we rock a shit heap of a city and your shit heap of a stadium. You fucking naval wankers. Wankers, the lot of you. I've come here for a shootout. I love it. I just fucking love it.
Fairy cakes.
What are you going to do? Bake me a fucking fairy? No. Too busy baking fairy cakes with a fucking penny, aren't you?
Legend, such a good
man, I'll tell you. A shootout? It's a shootout. Like a western. Wankers. A lot of you. Oh dear. Anyway, that was brought to you by Netflix or wherever fucking provider that film is on. I swear there's other matches on it. Oh yeah, the tag team titles will be defended. The Systems, Darren Saviour, and of course the legendary UK Dominant, big ups my boy, will be facing Cowboy Cameron Anderson and some guy from an island. That guy, him, that one. Yeah. No idea who he is.
Fuck off,
any thoughts on
that?
You tag team. I couldn't help but notice, Roger Sears, that you were photographed with the System. So the man's got powerful. He's learned so much from me. Just bin off all your little. These people aren't your friends. They don't care about making. Yeah, fucking losers. But the System makes money.
Surround yourself with quality.
Exactly that. exactly that. It's all about quality, not quantity, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I don't have any friends, because ultimately nobody's on my level. Except for obviously isn't Tanvir, obviously. It's lonely in the podcasting world. Should be a very, very competitive matchup. Very curious to see how Ajax's power handles the system. Ajax is very, I mean, obviously, you know, don't you? Ajax took you to your limit, didn't he, for the belt? I mean, obviously, you still kicked him in the face and knocked him clean out, which is how we do business at Sears Tower. However, very powerful, very dangerous individual. Will he be able to coexist with a flapping lunatic like Cameron Anson? There is only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen. That is by buying a ticket to this wonderful show. Have I missed anything?
Yeah, match.
Hey?
You've forgotten one match. Yeah. It's a debut.
Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah. I forgot. So basically, Tornado Kid's going to get murdered. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah. Tornado Kid will be facing Dread. Dread will be making his debut. Dread is fucking terrifying, is what he is. Like, Jesus Christ. Monstrous in every single sense. This man is straight out of a horror movie, and I fully expect Tornado Kid to have brown tights by the time we're finished. He's gonna die. It's as simple as that. So if anyone would like to potentially fill a spot at BCD, there will be an opening after this show for a young autistic luchador. If you let us know, send in your CVs and we will no doubt be in contact with you very, very soon. It's an unpaid gig. However, we will make sure that you are given all the star mix you can enjoy. So let us know. Can't wait for all the heat I'm going to get flat. It's that point where you get so much heat, you just think, fuck it. Like, I live in an internally blazing building. So
just lean into it, right?
Literally lean in. Hey, I'm going to be homeless in 2 months. Do you think I give a fuck what these wankers' opinions are? No, I certainly don't. Why don't you rise to that occasion, wankers? Anyway, just see his face. Honestly, you thought I was bad last week. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tanvir, you coming to BCD on September 23rd? We'd be coming to Coliseum on the 24th.
I've got to wait till I'm paid.
By the way, have we seen the card for Coliseum?
Thus far, I've seen a couple matches, I think. I'll need to get it up.
Yay. I mean, I've already got it up just looking at the card. But yeah, for anyone who's not aware, Coliseum Pro Wrestling, of course, that I am the marvelous play-by-play for, will be having a show on the 24th. The day after this will be a Sunday. It will be a 4 o'clock start, I do believe. And if I've got that wrong, well, I'm just too tired to care at this point. However, September 24th, and we have quite a few new debutants. So we have Sheik El Sham and Jordan Said with Nadia Sapphire at ringside facing KM Lane and Sami Zayn in tag team action. Oh, suits you, sir. We also have the magnificent Nina Samuels facing the returning Aaliyah James in one-on-one action. I'll tell you about a fucking card, pal. Warren Banks of the 8-7 will be facing the comedian Nathan Black. This is that. Oh, by the way, just the small matter of the 8-7 versus Reese and Rogan. That is going to be arguably the most destructive tag team of all time. Can the 8-7 continue their undefeated streak? We will find out. Shreddy, the Jack Stack Daddy of pro wrestling, will face Levi Muir. Meat, all the meat. That's going to be fucking butcher slapping fantastic. And if the table rises 5 inches, mind your business. All right. Nadia Sapphire will be facing Hannah Taylor. I'm in big trouble for that one. I can tell I'm going to be released after that match. That's going to get real physical, real personal. Hannah Taylor, of course, was out for 18 months with a stroke, almost died, came back to professional wrestling, only for Nadia Sapphire to come out and mock her, at which point Hannah Taylor put her on her ass. And as much as obviously Nadia Sapphire is everyone's queen, including mine, was a little bit out of order, my dear. So you kind of have what's coming to you, but it will be a very, very physical matchup. I expect that to be very hard hitting. So yeah, Coliseum is going to be stacked. as it always is. It is the Stanley Arts Centre in Norwood Junction. Doors will probably open around 3 o'clock, so get there nice and early, South London. And this time, at least, you don't have to worry about racing off to Wembley for a show, unless you plan on going to Progress the same day. And ultimately, you can't go wrong with either show. They're both excellent stuff. There's great professional wrestling all over the country. And we honestly are, all gimmicks and bullshit aside, please go and check out your local indie promotions, regardless of where you live, because they have amazing talent, amazing people. You know, it's amazing how many guys I watched in front of 50 to 100 people who then ended up on the WWE network. These guys could absolutely be the same. You could be seeing Roger Sears versus Roman Reigns in a couple of years. Just want to see Roger's face.
Yeah, a bit optimistic, I think.
I don't know. I hear that you'll be facing big superstars in the near future, Rog. But
So
that's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the State of Wrestling address. If you've been offended, good. Fuck off and have a cup of soup and cry me a river. Real glass, cry me a river.
Real glass.
If you're a little bit more of the tougher and thick skin variety and enjoy something that's truly uncensored and 18 plus, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, it might be a little bit gimmicked in places, but ultimately I'm a cunt and you know this to be true. I've been Aaron Nix. Thank you very much to the magnificent BCD champion Roger Sears, who ultimately is probably going to have a longer reigning title reign than anybody else in this business, especially people that claim they like Roman Reigns but only defend their belt twice a year. And of course, thank you very much to Tanvir Verdi, who fills the young ethnic quota on this podcast, which is wonderful stuff. Hopefully, you won't get arrested this week for whatever is on your laptop.
What do you mean? Roger's half black.
Roger's not black.
I said he's half black.
He's oh wow. What has he gone full Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 6?
Oh,
Come on. This is why I'm the fucking master of this shit. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like another Wrestle Plug quiz, I think we're overdue, aren't we, boys? I think it's time. How about
I get my asshole fisted by Roger again?
We shall get a Wrestle Plug quiz on deck for you guys very, very soon, and hopefully get that out. If the content drops in the next couple of months, we will explain why. Unfortunately, a lot of personal difficulties, but we're hoping that won't be the case. We'll be able to continue to create content and entertain you, sexy motherfuckers. However, until then, we will catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug. Tony Khan, suck my dick. You ain't ever booking me. Why do I give a fuck?
Sloppy toppy Tony Khan.
Floppy toppy Tony. The Wrestle Plug is brought to you by Lily's Mango Cider. When you just need to drink to make the pain go away.